Today you are going to learn English to one of the most incredible stories in all of human history. This is not just a story about a conqueror. This is a story about a boy who had nothing, no family, no home, no future, and who became the ruler of the largest empire the world has ever known. If you have ever felt like the world was against you, if you have ever been told that you are not good enough, if you have ever felt completely alone, then this story is not just for you. It is meant for you. Before we begin, I want you to do something. Stop whatever you are doing, take a slow breath, and ask yourself this question. Do you believe that your past decides your future? Or do you believe that you can change your destiny no matter where you start? The person you are about to meet was born in the most difficult circumstances you can imagine. His name was Temüjin, but the world knows him as Genghis Khan. His name means universal ruler, but he was not born a ruler. He was born the son of a chief and then abandoned, hunted, and enslaved before he was a teenager. And yet, he built an empire that stretched from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe, an empire that covered more than 23 million square kilometers. That is bigger than the Roman Empire at its peak, bigger than Alexander the Great's empire, bigger than any empire that came before or after. By the end of this video, you will understand how a boy who had nothing became the most powerful man in history, and you will learn the lessons that can change your own life. 2. Subscribe to this channel because every week we turn the greatest stories in history into English lessons that improve your language and your life. Let us begin. The year is 1162. The place is the Mongolian steppe, a vast, cold, empty grassland in what is now Mongolia. There are no cities here, no roads, only wind, horses, and the constant fight to survive. In a small camp near the Onan River, a boy is born. His father, a chief named Genghis, names him Temüjin. The name means iron. It was a fitting name for a boy who would need to be as hard as iron to survive. But Temüjin's childhood is not easy. When he is only 9 years old, his father is poisoned by a rival tribe, the Tatars. Yasuge dies slowly, in great pain, and with his death, everything changes. In the Mongol tribes, power does not pass automatically from father to son. Power belongs to whoever can hold it, and a 9-year-old boy cannot hold power. The other families in the tribe look at Temüjin and his mother, Holan, and they see weakness. They decide to leave. They abandon the small family in the middle of the steppe. One by one, the warriors pack their tents and ride away. Temüjin begs them to stay. He runs after them, but they do not turn back. Imagine this scene. A 9-year-old boy standing alone on the grasslands watching the only people he knows disappear over the horizon. His father is dead. His tribe is gone. He has no food, no protection, no future. It is just him, his mother, and his younger siblings. And the harsh Mongolian winter is coming. That year, Temüjin and his family survive by eating roots, berries, and small animals they catch. They are hungry. They are cold. They are completely alone. But Temüjin's mother, Holan, is a strong woman. She teaches him something important. Never give up. Never trust anyone outside your family, and never forget an enemy. These lessons will shape Temüjin for the rest of his life. When Temüjin is a teenager, something terrible happens. He is captured by a rival tribe called the Taichiut. They see him as a threat. They put a wooden collar, a kang, around his neck. This is a heavy wooden frame that makes it impossible to move freely. They keep him as a slave. He is beaten. He is humiliated. He is forced to work like an animal. But here is the truth. Temüjin does not break. He waits, he watches, he plans. One night during a feast, the guards are drunk and careless. Temüjin sees his chance. He hits one of the guards with his wooden collar. Hard. The guard falls. Temüjin runs. He runs into the darkness of the steppe. The Taichu chase him. They search for him all night, but Temüjin hides in a river with only his face above the water. He stays there freezing until the search ends. He escapes. He returns to his family. But he is no longer just a hungry boy. He is now a young man with a burning fire inside him. Let me ask you something. What would you do if you were in his place? Most people would just want to survive. Most people would hide. But Temüjin was different. He wanted more than survival. He wanted power. He wanted revenge. And he wanted to make sure that no one, ever again, could treat him like a slave. And this is where the story takes a turn. Temüjin does something very smart. He makes alliances. He finds a young man named Tumuka, a boy he met when he was a child. They become blood brothers. In the Mongol tradition, blood brothers swear to protect each other forever. Jamuka is from a powerful tribe. Together, they begin to build a small army. Temüjin also does something that surprises everyone. He marries a woman named Bort. He had been promised to her when he was 9 years old, before his father died. Now, he goes to find her. Her family accepts him. It is a good marriage. Bort is intelligent, strong, and loyal. She becomes his most trusted advisor. But trouble comes quickly. A tribe called the Merkits attack Temüjin's camp. They capture Bort. They take her away. Temüjin is devastated. He loves his wife. He cannot let her stay a prisoner. He goes to Jamuka and asks for help. Jamuka agrees. Together, they attack the Merkits. They win. Temüjin rescues Bort. She is safe. But this rescue changes something inside Temüjin. He realizes that to protect the people he loves, he needs more than allies. He needs an army. He needs an empire. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Temüjin and Jamuka become rivals. At first, they were friends. They shared food. They shared battles. But Jamuka is a traditional Mongol aristocrat. He believes that power should belong to the noble families. Temüjin, on the other hand, believes that power should belong to anyone who is loyal and skilled, no matter their birth. This difference creates a split. Jamuka becomes jealous of Temüjin's growing popularity. The two former blood brothers become enemies. They go to war. At the Battle of Dalan Balzut, Temüjin loses. He is defeated by Jamuka's army. He must retreat. He has lost many warriors. He is weak, and now Jamuka does something cruel. He captures Temüjin's allies and boils them alive in 70 large cauldrons. It is a terrifying way to send a message. Anyone who follows Temüjin will face the same fate. But here is the truth. Temüjin does not give up. Instead, he learns from his defeat. He realizes that he needs better tactics, better discipline, and better loyalty. He begins to reorganize his army. He breaks the traditional tribal system. Instead of fighting by clan, he builds units based on skill and loyalty. He promotes men based on their ability, not their family name. This is revolutionary. No one in Mongolia had done this before. And slowly, his army grows again. Temüjin also shows great generosity. When he defeats a tribe, he does not kill everyone. He offers them a choice: join me or die. Many choose to join. They become part of his army. He treats them well. He gives them a share of the spoils. This makes him popular. More and more warriors come to him. By the time Temüjin is in his late 30s, he has united almost all the Mongol tribes under his command. The only major enemy left is Jamuka. The two former blood brothers meet in battle one last time. Temüjin wins. Jamuka is captured, and now comes a moment of great sadness. Temüjin offers his old friend a second chance. He says, "Let us be brothers again. Forget the past." But Jamuka refuses. He says there is no room in this world for both of us. He asks Temüjin to kill him, but without spilling his blood. This is an important detail. In Mongol tradition, spilling the noble's blood on the ground is forbidden. So, Temüjin orders Jamuka to be wrapped in a carpet and trampled by horses. His blood is not spilled, but he dies. Temüjin is now the undisputed leader of all the Mongols. In 1206, a great council, a Kurultai, is held. All the tribal leaders gather. They raise Temüjin on a felt carpet as tradition demands. They give him a new title, Genghis Khan. It means universal ruler. He is not just a chief anymore. He is the Khan of all Khans. Now, the real conquest begins. Genghis Khan looks beyond Mongolia. To the south lies the Jin dynasty of northern China, a powerful empire with armies, cities, and millions of people. To the west lies the Khwarezmian Empire, a vast Islamic empire that controls trade routes from Persia to India. Genghis Khan has only a small army compared to these giants. But he has three things they do not have: speed, discipline, and unity. Let me explain the Mongol military system. It is the most efficient fighting machine the world had ever seen. The Mongol army is organized into units of 10, 100, 1,000, and 10,000. Every soldier knows his place. Every soldier knows his leader. Communication is fast. Orders are clear. And every soldier travels with multiple horses, sometimes up to 4 or 5. This allows the army to move incredibly quickly. They can travel 100 kilometers in a single day. That is faster than any army of that time. Their bows are also revolutionary. The Mongol composite bow is made of wood, horn, and sinew, animal tendon. It is short enough to use on horseback, but powerful enough to shoot an arrow through a man's armor at 300 meters. The Mongols become masters of the hit-and-run attack. They pretend to retreat, then suddenly turn and shoot their pursuers. It is a deadly tactic. Genghis Khan also uses psychology. He sends spies ahead of his army. They spread fear. They create confusion. When the Mongols arrive at a city, they often give one warning: surrender and you will be safe. Resist and you will be destroyed. Many cities surrender without a fight. Those that resist are wiped out. Genghis Khan believes that total destruction of resistance makes future conquests easier, and it works. In 1211, Genghis Khan attacks the Jin dynasty. The Jin have a huge army, hundreds of thousands of soldiers, but the Mongols defeat them in battle after battle. By 1215, Genghis Khan captures the Jin capital, Zhongdu, modern-day Beijing. The city is burned. Thousands die, but success was not easy. The Mongols are not used to siege warfare, attacking walled cities. They learn as they fight. They captured Chinese engineers and forced them to build siege machines, catapults, battering rams, and giant crossbows. The Mongols adapt. They learn from their enemies. This ability to learn and adapt is one of Genghis Khan's greatest strengths. Now the story takes a dark turn. Genghis Khan turns his attention west to the Khwarezmian Empire. He sends a trade caravan to the Khwarezmian city of Otrar. The governor of Otrar attacks the caravan. He kills the merchants and steals their goods. Genghis Khan is furious. He sends 3 ambassadors to the Khwarezmian Sultan, Shah Muhammad. The Shah kills one ambassador and sends the other 2 back with their heads shaved. This is an insult that Genghis Khan cannot ignore. He gathers his army. It is the largest Mongol force ever assembled, perhaps 150,000 to 200,000 warriors. In 1219, they march west. It is a journey of thousands of kilometers across deserts and mountains. The Mongol army attacks Otrar first. The city falls after a 5-month siege. Then they attack Bukhara, Samarkand, and Urgench. Each city is taken. Each city is destroyed. The Khwarezmian army is defeated. Shah Muhammad dies, a broken man, fleeing from the Mongols. But the most shocking part is what happens next. Genghis Khan orders a massive devastation of the region. He believes in total war. Cities are burned. Canals are destroyed. Fields are salted so that nothing can grow. Millions of people die. The population of Persia never fully recovers for centuries. And this is the part most history books do not tell you. Genghis Khan was not just a conqueror. He was also a builder. While he destroyed, he also created. He established a legal code called the Yasa. The Yasa was a set of laws that applied to everyone, from the poorest herder to the richest general. The laws were strict. Stealing, lying, and adultery were punished by death. But the laws also promoted religious freedom. Genghis Khan did not care what god you worshipped. He only cared that you obeyed his laws. He also created an international postal system, the Yam. This was a network of stations with fresh horses and riders. Messages could travel from one end of the empire to the other in weeks, not months. This system helped hold the empire together. Trade flourished. The Mongols protected the Silk Road, the trade route connecting China to Europe. Merchants could travel safely across thousands of kilometers. Cultures exchanged ideas, technologies, and goods. Paper money, printing, and gunpowder moved from China to the West. The Mongol Empire, for all its violence, created the first global economy. But life was not done testing Genghis Khan. In 1226, he leads his army against the Tanga kingdom in northwest China. He is now in his 60s old for that time. During the campaign, he falls from his horse. He is injured. The injury becomes infected. He grows weaker. He orders his generals to continue the campaign. He wants the Tanguts destroyed for not sending troops earlier. In August 1227, as the Tangut kingdom falls, Genghis Khan dies. The exact place of his death is unknown. His burial site is a secret. To this day, no one knows where he is buried. His empire passes to his sons and grandsons. They will expand it even further. By the end of the 13th century, the Mongol Empire covers more than 24 million square kilometers. It is the largest contiguous land empire in history. And now we come to the final lesson. What can we learn from Genghis Khan? First lesson, your past does not decide your future. Genghis Khan was a poor orphan, a slave, a refugee. He could have accepted his fate. He could have given up. But he refused. He decided that he would not let his circumstances define him. And neither should you. See where you are now, but do not accept it as permanent. You can change. You can grow. You can become more than what you were born into. Second lesson. Loyalty is power. Genghis Khan rewarded loyalty and punished betrayal. He created a system where people were judged by their actions, not their background. He built an empire on trust and discipline. In your life, the people you surround yourself with matter. Choose loyal friends. Be a loyal friend. Trust is the foundation of all great achievements. Third lesson. Adapt or die. Genghis Khan learned from every enemy. When he faced walls, he learned siege warfare. When he faced organized armies, he changed his tactics. He was never too proud to learn. If you want to succeed, you must be willing to learn new skills, change your strategies, and grow with the world around you. The person who stops learning stops growing. Fourth lesson. Unity is strength. The Mongol tribes had fought each other for centuries. Genghis Khan united them. He made them one people. When they worked together, they were unstoppable. In your life, remember that you cannot do everything alone. Find your tribe. Work together. Support each other. No great achievement is accomplished by one person alone. And the final lesson. Power without purpose destroys itself. Genghis Khan's conquests brought death and destruction on an unimaginable scale. He built an empire, but at a terrible cost. The lesson for you is this. When you achieve power, use it wisely. Do not destroy what you have built. Do not hurt others on your way up. True victory is not about how many enemies you defeat. It is about what you leave behind. Genghis Khan died in 1227. His empire was divided among his sons. Within a few generations, it began to crumble. But his impact on the world never faded. The trade routes he opened connected civilizations. The laws he created influenced later empires. And his story, the story of a poor, abandoned boy who became the master of the world, still inspires anyone and feels like an underdog. So let me ask you the same question I asked at the beginning. Do you believe that your past decides your future? Or do you believe that you can change your destiny no matter where you start? Genghis Khan believed the second answer. And he proved it. If this story inspired you, subscribe to this channel. Every week we bring you the greatest stories in history, told in simple English, so you can improve your language and your life at the same time. And share this video with someone who needs to hear that their past does not control their future. Tell me in the comments, what is one obstacle in your life that you refuse to let define you? Thank you for watching. Take action today, not tomorrow. See you in the next one. But before you go, let me share one final reflection. A thought that may stay with you long after this video ends. You have just listened to the story of a man who began with nothing, no power, no money, no connections, and yet changed the world. His life was not a straight line. It was a path of many falls, many mistakes, many moments when giving up seemed like the only option. But he chose to keep going. He chose to learn from every failure. He chose to turn his weakness into his greatest weapon. And here is the truth that we often forget. Every single human being who has ever achieved something great has walked the same road. The road of rejection, the road of doubt, the road of sleepless nights and unanswered prayers. It is not a special road. It is the only road. So why do so few people reach the end of it? The answer is simple. Most people stop before the turning point. They stop 3 steps before the breakthrough. They stop when the pain becomes too heavy, when the criticism becomes too loud, when the mirror shows them a version of themselves they do not recognize. But the ones who change history, the ones whose names we still remember, are the ones who refused to stop, not because they were braver, not because they were smarter, but because they had a reason that was stronger than their fear. Think about your own life for a moment. What is the one goal you have been putting off? What is the dream you whisper to yourself at night but never say out loud during the day? What is the change you know you need to make, but keep postponing until the right moment? The truth is, the right moment does not exist. There is no perfect time. There is only now. And the version of you that waits for perfect conditions is the same version that will still be waiting 10 years from now. The man whose story you just heard did not wait. He acted. He learned. He failed. He got up. He failed again. And then, just when everyone thought he was finished, he rose. That is the pattern. That is the secret. It is not a secret at all. It is simply a choice. A choice to keep moving forward when everything inside you says stop. And here is the most powerful part. You already have everything you need to make that choice. You have a mind that can learn. You have a heart that can feel. You have hands that can work. The only thing missing is the decision to begin. So let me ask you one more question and answer it honestly to yourself after this video ends. If you knew that you would absolutely succeed, that your effort would pay off, that your sacrifice would be worth it, what would you start doing today? What would you be brave enough to attempt? Now close your eyes for a moment. Take a breath and imagine that version of yourself, the one who already took the first step, the one who did not wait, the one who refused to let fear be the narrator of their story. That version of you is not a fantasy. That version of you is real. It is already inside you. It is just waiting for you to give it permission to come out. So here is my final request to you. Before you close this video, choose one small action that you will take in the next 24 hours. Not a big action, not a perfect action, just one tiny step toward the person you want to become. Write it down. Tell someone. Do it. Because the story of your life is still being written, and the next chapter belongs to you. Thank you for watching. Take action today, not tomorrow. See you in the next one.